Welcome back to Chamber Exchange. I want to thank our sponsors who help make the show happen, the Bank Hometown team and the Worcester Railers Hockey Club. The puck has dropped for the season at the DCU Center. Get down and watch some great Railers hockey. Thrilled to have with us in our last segment, Christy Raymond, who's the owner and casting director of HumanKind, LLC. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Tim. It's great to be here.
Well, you know, Worcester has been in the news with all the different movies and TV shows, using scenes in central Massachusetts, even as we speak. So maybe you could talk a little about, who is HumanKind Casting and the talent? What is it you do?
Thank you. So HumanKind Casting and Talent, we are a collaborative organization that works with creative teams to find the right faces and voices for their advertising, brand campaigns, websites, social media, whatever it is that they are looking to create assets with. Our job is to help find diverse talent that speaks to the makeup of their organization, their audience, and what they want their community to see them as.
And that is, really important. We look at and study how consumers make decisions and how you build culture at a particular business of any size. And then when you look at any business, whether a small business, which is most of our members, or medium or large size businesses, they spend a lot of money on messaging, communications, and getting the word out concerning their products or goods that they deliver. And it's important that they put the time in thinking about this.
Absolutely. And many small businesses resort to using stock photography. And although that is a great option for people, number one, the algorithms are not trending in their favor, especially if they're a business owner or a person of color, because the amount of images that are available, especially if you're going for royalty-free, are very limited. So you are probably not able to speak to the makeup of your organization or your consumer base based on what is already out there. So I want to collaborate with small businesses and help them create their own stock library of images, ones that truly represent who they are and who they want to talk to.
Right. We've all heard stories and sometimes comments on social media when a business or an organization puts up a picture. It's not even the same town or location. People that don't reflect the diversity of a community or business, and there's ways to avoid that by working with you.
Absolutely. And to be honest, there have also been situations where competing businesses use the same image for a trade show. I was part of one. I was talking to my client, asking them, please don't use stock photography. They did. They walked into that trade show with their brochure, and in the booth next to them was their competitor with the same image on a 20-foot banner. That muddies who they are, that totally distorts their brand, and it just doesn't give them an opportunity to stand apart from their competitors.
And you mentioned kind of working with different creative teams. You talk about working directly with companies, but I assume you work, and so much of the business is business to business. You work with, ad agencies, creative teams. I mean, that's a resource there you can play as well?
Absolutely. So depending on the size of the organization and what they're looking to actually accomplish with their stock photography or their own personal stock photography library, we can make it as big or as small as people like. I work with creative teams and unique advertising agencies, but also work one-on-one with those small business owners that might just be a one-man show. There is an opportunity to, in a real financial, responsible way, to get the right assets that they need, and that's what I want to try to do with small businesses in the community.
And that's, I want to draw that out a bit. You said financially responsible. I mean, if you're a small business, most small business owners recognize that in today's world, you have to have a presence on social media.
Absolutely.
You may make an investment in a website. These are things that generally you don't do themselves. You may hire someone to do that, and the point is, for a reasonable amount of money, you can do it right and take it to that next level and make it that more effective by working with a company like yours.
Absolutely. You really do have an opportunity to find and create images that truly reflect, again, your business, your organization makeup of the people that work for you, or again, the customers that you're trying to reach. It isn't that hard. It just does take some time and some energy and some real direction and real conversation about what you want your business to say.
Right. And this isn't kind of an anecdotal, your opinion or my opinion. When people sometimes hear of polling and survey work, they think of politics, but large businesses and major organizations spend a lot of money on survey research and polling to understand and project what consumer trends are, what people, employers, what future employees might think and where they want to work. And it's overwhelming, both from a consumer perspective and people who want to be prospective employees. They want to work in places that are increasingly diverse.
Absolutely.
They want to support small businesses and a diverse number of businesses. And again, if you're spending the money, if you're a business of any size, it's worth spending maybe a little bit extra to do it right.
I completely agree, because when you look at what the cost would be, again, if there's images on your website that are on your competitor's website, what loss is that? As far as a consumer, am I going to spend time sort of really figuring out who's the better client to go to? No, I'm probably going to go to somebody else. It muddies the waters when you do not stand out and really stand true to your mission statement about diversity and inclusion.
So without giving any, trade secrets from your business away, I mean, how do you, approach, casting or getting that diverse, or working with local businesses, or making sure that when you're working with a client, you're reflecting the diversity of that particular community or what it has to offer?
Social media. We do advertise, and we do work with the modeling agencies and the talent agencies that are here in New England. They do have and are working on increasing the diversity amongst the talent that they represent. But there are also a lot of real people who have real stories to tell, and we find them through all of our postings on social media. We have a cast blast list that we offer. If people want to hear about our castings, you can sign up to be on our cast blast list. But really, we just dig into the communities after working with a client and hearing what they want and what are the faces and voices that they want to represent their business. Yeah,
no, that's a great point. The voices too and the stories are important, as important as just the pictures or the
Absolutely.
Visuals. And that's what people can relate to. So if people want to find out about your business, contact you, how do we do that?
You can visit our website, which is youarehumankind.com. That is all spelled out, YOUARE, Humankind. You could visit us on Facebook, which is Humankind Casting Plus Talent, on Instagram at Humankind Casting.
Got it. Christy Raymond, owner and casting director of HumanKind, LLC. Thanks for being with us and giving some insight on how our businesses can be more effective and reflect the diversity of the communities that they're in.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks for having me.
Good. And thanks to our guests for being with us as well, welcoming us into your home on this edition of Chamber Exchange, the TV show.